All right, guys, today's battery is going to be a good one. It's one of these higher quality ones, the ones with more capacity and stuff. So let's get into it. All right, so here's today's e-bike battery. This is one that is shaped, I don't know, like a banana. It has a curve in here. I guess this goes inside an e-bike, and I think these are kind of popular. But again, I don't know much about e-bikes, so I don't know, right? It has the same connector as all the other ones that we've been doing. It's got the lock thing here, and it's got a handle, so you should be able to like slide it in somewhere, I guess. Here's the locking mechanism. And then, oh my God, here we go. And then according to the label, it's a 48 volt, 672 watt hours, 14 amp hours. There we go. And here's a model number. So if you know what this battery is, then you know. If you don't know, then you're going to be like the rest of us, just here as an exploratory. This one seems to light up. So it's got a little LED RGB. So this same light will either turn different colors, right? Red, green, or blue. But I guess it's green. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means it's good. I guess we could check to see the pins right here to see if they have power. But from what I know from the other models, whenever they have this sort of thing here, it kind of has a proprietary signal here that doesn't let the power out, right? I could be wrong again. I don't know. Let's check it. That's the best thing that we can do. Okay, I'm gonna use my trusty multimeter here. Negative, positive, doesn't matter which one. Well, what do you know? It does show 48 volts. Is this a working battery? Let's test it. Alrighty, look at that. I just pushed some cables in there. Just for testing purposes. Let's put a little meter here. Well, look at that. It is on. Seems like this battery is fully functional. There we go. Man, I wish I would have gotten another one that wasn't so I can take it apart, but they're in another building. So I guess we're taking this one apart instead of me going to get another one because it'll take too long or whatever. So let's take this apart just to see what kind of cells it's got, what the construction inside looks like, the BMS, that whole cool stuff. Does this one have Allen screws? Oh. Well, what do you know? Maybe we have to take these ones too. Okay, so I took off all the screws, but this still will not come apart. So let me see if I can just pry it with a screwdriver. What? What's going on here? Okay, so it looks like there's a bit of like glue. All right, so good news and bad news. The bad news is it took me close to 20 minutes to take this thing apart. This thing is glued in here like there's no tomorrow. It's just this stuff, this rubbery compound that they put in here, just sticks like crazy. And so to pry it out, you just have to do it slowly, and apply constant pressure until all that stuff starts breaking down. You have to be very careful and not damage the cells. Yeah, it's a bit of work to take this apart, right? So the good thing is that, well, these packs are built like tanks. So if you put one of these in your e-bike, then it's not gonna rattle. The insides are not gonna rattle. Also, the other good thing is that these have 35Es. INR Samsung 35Es, and they have, well, what are we looking at here? All right, so 13, and each one of these blocks times 4 is 52 cells. Yes, so this is another cool pack, very similar to this one right here, except this one has better cells, the 35Es than the 29Es, right? So these ones have about 3,200 milliamp hours. This one have a 29, right? So there you go. And here's another good thing about this is that the BMS seems to be really high quality here with a heat sink. So this is the first. Well, actually, the other ones have a heat sink, but this is beefier than the other one, right? The other cool thing is that it doesn't seem to need any specialized signal from the controller of the e-bike to be able to activate this. That's probably the reason why this is on, because it's just on or it's off. As long as you have charge, then the BMS is going to be on. It doesn't need anything from the thing. So that means this pack is a good candidate to be used for all kinds of DIY bikes. It doesn't need to go on the original one. But if you do have the original one, then yeah, you have a few of these, and you could just put them in there. This kind of sucks that this one kind of works, because if it didn't work, then I would have to figure out how to wake it up, right? But I don't know. I'm hoping that most of the ones in the pile are working. And again, these are untested because I just don't have the manpower to test all these e-bike batteries, because we're using our time to do other stuff, right? Like other bigger stuff with all the other packs that we're doing. So there we go. This is another cool e-bike. I should probably test it and see. Okay, and finally, to test it, I charged it up a little bit, about 4 volts a cell, right? So about 50 volts. Remember, these are e-bike batteries. You can use them for e-bikes, but you can also use these batteries for all kinds of things, like charging your solar gen, like this EcoFlow Max, for example, right? It's at, is that 1%? How is it back 1%? I guess I left it on and it discharged overnight, the few percentage that I had put on. So here we go. We're just gonna connect this, test it. Here's our little meter. Here we go. This thing here will use anything that's like 30 volts all the way to 100 volts. So this battery is right in between right now at 47 volts, right? So at 47 volts, it still only pulls 8 amps. 384 watts. There we go. So now it's charging, this e-bike battery is charging this EcoFlow, right? So why would you want to do something like that? Well, if you bought this thing, right, this is your backup for home or for camping or something, and then, let's say that you're there extended amount of time and you don't have solar panels and you don't have access to the grid to recharge this, and it went down to 0. Well, if you had extra batteries like this, then you can just pre-charge them and then add them, right? So now you just added an extra 600 watt hours to your 2 kilowatt hour. Is this 2 kilowatt hour? Yeah, this is 2 kilowatt hour battery, right? So you just added more than 25%, right? So if you have 4 of these batteries, then you essentially double the size of your EcoFlow. And I've done a bunch of projects and a bunch of videos about doing this sort of stuff, right? But this video is about this battery in particular. This is an e-bike battery. Most of you guys are gonna wanna be interested in getting this for an e-bike, but just know that there are a lot of other applications for these type of batteries that we've been using. And this is one of them that is very, very popular. I will make videos on how to do this, you know, like in a better way, like, you know, for the newer models, because there's a newer one than this one. It's bigger, so I haven't done a video showing you how to add more battery. And then there's the new EcoFlow, the whatever. And so the EcoFlow and the Blue Eddy right there. So we'll make videos on both of those coming up here. But for this one right now, look at that. Our battery, our e-bike battery is charging our other solar generator battery. So yeah, we'll definitely, by the way, these are available at Jack 35 on a limited basis. We don't have a ton of them, less than 50 of these, right? There are some of the other ones that we do have hundreds of them, and they're linked in that same region. We also have bigger ones. There's a whole variety of these, and we're listing them daily. We're going to like, oh, tomorrow we're going to list these big ones right here. I don't know anything about that. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow, and then we have a bunch of these ones too, right? So there's still quite a few models of e-bike batteries coming up that we're gonna be listing this week, and they're limited in numbers. They're not huge amounts. They're not like thousands of them like some of the other batteries that we have. So just keep an eye if you're in search for an e-bike battery. Sign up for our notifications on this channel, and then as soon as they go up, I'll I'll publish a video, and then they usually sell out by the end of the day, and sometimes, you know, in a few hours. So we're blowing these out. We're pricing them very, very low. We're just trying to move them, get them out of our warehouse so that we have more space to put more batteries. And, you know, and so that's why we're selling them for not much money, because that's our mission here, is to try to get you batteries, you know, affordable batteries. We're not in the, you know, business of having, you know, expensive batteries. That's everybody else is doing that. So we figured we can own a little piece of the corner, like we can own a little piece of the market where it's inexpensive batteries, right? And there are many reasons why they would be inexpensive, and a lot of the time is because they require quite a bit, you know, a little bit of work. You know, it's like this one. Actually, this one didn't require anything. This one, I think, would have worked out of the box. A lot of them are like that, but some of them you will require to take it apart, change the BMS, that sort of stuff like that, right? So anyways, hope you are enjoying the quick and easy content that I'm putting up here, these deals that we're putting out on our website. And if you're building e-bikes, if you're building other battery systems like this with our products, do share them with us. Send us an email at support@jack35. Go to our Facebook group. We have a Facebook DIY, Jehu's DIY Powerwalls. And we have a community there also that you can then go and post and share. And that helps everyone, not just, you know, sometimes you guys, when they have questions, there are other people that are answering questions there all the time. But, you know, just sharing your project just helps everyone to stay inspired, right? And I even myself need inspiration from time to time from you guys, seeing what you guys are building, so that I can, you know, get excited about other projects that I'm working myself, right? So thank you for all your support. Thank you for watching these videos. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.